Recently, Polaris started a quest for ridiculous horsepower in a number of their side-by-side and ATV classes. And while this obsession may very well have started out as a reaction to their competition, it's pretty clear they finally understand just how awesome ultimate horsepower really is. But with great power comes great responsibility. I've used this line a number of times in other test rides, but I've never felt the lesson it teaches is more true than it is here with the 1K Scrambler. Simply put, this Scrambler is just wicked fast. At 89 horsepower, it's the most powerful production ATV ever made. And with a top speed of over 80 miles an hour, I'm pretty sure this is the fastest production ATV ever made as well. And while speed is both exciting and addictive, it has to be enjoyed responsibly. At 80 miles per hour, bad things happen in the blink of an eye. Fortunately, Polaris has designed a chassis that is more than capable of handling all this power and speed. Double A-arms front and rear and a full complement of Fox Podium X 2.0 shocks mean you can tune the ride of the Scrambler for whatever conditions you ride in most. The chassis is well balanced and planted in all circumstances. Braking is linear and strong, and a set of 26-inch Carlisle 489-2 tires provide positive contact with terra firma. The narrow midsection of the chassis and sculpted seat make moving around the vehicle easy and comfortable. Polaris lists the front and rear rack capacities for this vehicle on their website. Now, this is a number that I feel is kind of unimportant. The front rack is barely a rack at all, and the rear is tiny. If you're the kind of person who's really concerned about cargo capacity, maybe this Scrambler isn't the best vehicle choice for you. Most people assume one of two things when it comes to the Scrambler 1K's power plant. They either believe it's the Razor 1K motor, or that it's a modified Sportsman 850, but neither are actually true. The 952cc single overhead cam parallel twin found in the Scrambler is not at all similar to the Razor 1K motor, though it does bear a resemblance to the 850 on the outside. Inside, it's completely different and was built from the ground up to be a 1000. If the 850 is smooth and power delivery is linear, then the 1000 might as well be a sewing machine. A combination of a perfectly tuned power band and fantastic clutching make even an 89 horsepower monster feel tame in the tight stuff. Once you open up those throttle bodies and let her breathe though, there's absolutely no doubt there is a monster under the hood. We've recorded 80 plus miles per hour on flat ground with our Scrambler, which is unnerving to say the least, especially when you take into consideration you're rolling on a set of bias ply tires that were originally designed for a utility vehicle. In my opinion, new tire technology designed specifically to deal with high horsepower vehicles like this one needs to be on somebody's radar. Tooling around in the mud or through the trees, the 1K is very well mannered. Clutch engagement is smooth and the motor doesn't feel jerky at all. It's very possible to creep along when precision is necessary. On the other hand, flipping the lever to full jam results in a hearty bark from the dual-tuned exhaust and the front wheels ejecting themselves from the earth and reaching hard to land on the moon. While a bit on the quiet side for a guy like me, the 1K's exhaust still sounds fantastic and looks more like something you'd see on a super sport street bike than on an ATV. This system was specifically tuned by Polaris engineers to not only produce horsepower, but also to create an exhaust note that people will really dig. At the end of the day, it has to be said, aside from its power plant, the Scrambler XP 1000 isn't a whole lot different than the 850. Is this a problem? Definitely not. The 850 is awesome, and more horsepower just means the 1000 is more awesome. But I think Polaris needs to take a page from their only competition in this class, the Renegade, and offer a few different Scrambler packages. A base model for those who want the horsepower, but not other upgrades like the shocks. a mid-level, which could be exactly what they have right now, and then an LE package that would include a whole bunch of fancy race-inspired upgrades. A limited edition would be good competition for Can-Am's XXC. And yes, that is my only suggestion for Polaris on this one. From front to back, the Scrambler XP 1000 impresses and over-delivers. It has everything you need to take full advantage of its industry-leading power, yet somehow manages to maintain civilized trail manners. If you enjoyed this video, post a comment and let us know what you think. Then, click this link to subscribe and that link for more great videos from DirtTrax TV.